What's up everybody, it's Griffin here, and as always I hope you're all having a really great day. So as my YouTube channel is growing and my Amazon FBA Facebook group is growing, I'm getting a lot of questions related to really the basic steps as to how you can start your own Amazon FBA business and what are the steps necessary, right? So in today's video I wanted to do a breakdown of these 6 steps that I think are essential to start your own Amazon FBA business in 2018, and I also want to outline some different mistakes that I have done and that a lot of other sellers I've talked to have done in order for you to bypass those mistakes and really just get to making some profits as soon as possible. Now, if you're on this video, you've probably seen a lot of other Amazon FBA related videos, but you're still kind of confused as to what are the exact steps I need to follow. So in today's video, that's really the point of it. I want to give you guys a really in-depth view of what you can expect as the different steps to implement for you to have your own product up on Amazon, and then just rinse and repeat to really scale the business exponentially. So without further ado, let's just jump into my laptop here and we're going to go over all the steps. Alright guys, so we're now at my laptop here, and as you can see, I've made a list of the 6 general steps that you're going to need to follow in order to have a successful Amazon FBA business, and I can guarantee you that by the end of this video you're going to have a really good understanding of the overall business model for Amazon FBA with private labeling products from China and then selling them on the Amazon platform. Alright, so without further ado, let's just jump straight into the first step. So as with any business, you're going to have some preliminary steps to really setting up your Amazon business. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you need to have a business bank account that is separate from your personal bank account, right? So this is extremely important because you don't want to mix funds and you don't want to mix expenses related to your personal life and to your business related expenses and your profits and stuff like that. So that's really going to create a huge headache for you if you don't from the get-go separate the two right off the bat. All right, so for example, the reason why I said US here is because Amazon disperses money into your bank account into the native currency of where your bank account is located. So for example, I'm in Canada and I needed to set up a US bank account with cross-border banking that is actually a US based bank account. So if you're international though, there's other ways around it. You can use Payoneer, for example, and stuff like that, but this video I'm not really going to get into that specifically. If you're in the States, however, really just open up a business bank account that'll be separate from your personal funds. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is you need to create your Seller Central account. So when you sell on Amazon, your whole business, you're going to go through their portal, which is called Seller Central, and this is really the area where you're going to see your sales, your inventory, your promotions, your basically everything around the business is going to be through this one platform. So that costs $39 a month, and it's a fee that you really can't get around, but for $39 a month you're getting so much tremendous value, right? Amazon is bringing thousands and thousands of customers to your listings without having to do, for example, external traffic like on Shopify or something like that, right? And just a little tip here, you should go set up your Seller Central account as soon as possible just to get a feel for it, look around, and for every month that you don't sell on Seller Central, you can call Amazon up and they will refund you the $39. So set that up as soon as possible and really get a feel for what Seller Central is all about, right? And the next step is really going to be either setting up an LLC in the United States or a corp, for example. As I said, I'm in Canada, and the reason why you're going to want to do that is really to just separate liability from your personal self and your business, right? If you have a corporation or an LLC, you really have no liability in terms of personal liability. If a customer goes after you or something, it's going to be the business who is accountable. And also there's other benefits, for example, like tax benefits and stuff like that. Now again, I'm not going to go in detail in this video, but it's something definitely to consider, right? So look into that more on your end, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up as to something that's essential for a long-term business. So the main mistake that I see in this first category, however, is the fact that people really get into what I call analysis paralysis. So I have a lot of friends and stuff and people in my groups who have wanted to start Amazon FBA, and they get really concerned with all this logistical stuff in terms of setting up their corporation and really basically getting a lot of headwinds in terms of not starting to actually sell on Amazon, right? So as much as this is really important for your business and for long-term growth, start by getting some sales, right? Start by really getting a feel for Seller Central. Start by really looking for a proper product to sell on Amazon. Start making some sales before worrying about, oh my God, you know, how am I going to get all these tax breaks and stuff like that, right? Start by actually building a business and making a hefty amount of sales per month before really worrying about tax stuff and all that, right? So I mean, the IRS, CRA in Canada, they're not going to go after you if you're doing like a couple $1,000s a month, right? So that would be really the first mistake that I would say to avoid for this first category. Start by making some sales, and really get a feel for the whole platform before worrying about everything else. Alright, so the second major step is going to be doing effective, proper product research in order to find your first winning product to sell on Amazon and to really start building your business. Alright, so I've made some other videos about that topic. I'll link them in the description, but basically what you want to keep in mind is that you want to create a brand around your product. And the reason why I say creating a brand is so important around your product is because people recognize brands and they buy brands that they have bought from before and recognize and know that it's good quality, right? So instead of just finding a product that you can throw up on the platform and hope to make a ton of sales, try to go into product research with the idea that, okay, how can I actually build a brand around this specific product, and long term, what would this look like, okay? And another thing that's going to be really essential is product differentiation in 2018. So if you don't know this, Amazon is extremely competitive, okay? However, there's tremendous potential on the platform still. You just need to find the untapped products that aren't already overly saturated, and products that you can properly differentiate, okay? Now there's so many ways that you can actually go about product differentiation in 2018, and you really thinking outside of the box here is gonna be a good thing for you, right? So differentiation, just some examples here. You can do product bundling, you can do an ebook, you can just having a better listing will go a long way. Now I see so many listings that aren't keyword optimized, they have bad photos, you know, stuff like that. You can also do custom product packaging, really utilizing the best photos, all 10 photo slots on your listing. All these things are really going to be important to differentiate from your competition when people are scrolling through the hundreds of products for a specific keyword, right? So that's going to be really important for you guys going forward. Now, actually finding products, how can you go about this? Now, although I've made some videos about this, I'll just go really briefly about some ways that you can go about it. So definitely using the Jungle Scout Chrome extension is going to be essential, because no matter what software or technique that you use, for example, Viral Launch Product Discovery or Jungle Scout Product Discovery, Merchant Words, all these things, no matter what, you're still going to have to go onto the Amazon platform and really run the numbers for a specific keyword. So the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, for me at least, is really the base of effective product research, because you're going to go onto a specific product keyword and then you need to run the numbers with the Jungle Scout Chrome extension in order to see all the listings, how much they're doing in revenue per month, how many sales in terms of actual units they're doing, and you want to find a product that really has consistent sales throughout the first and even second page, right? And without the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, that becomes really hard to do. So there's a link down in the description for these tools. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but in my opinion, they're extremely essential, and it'll really help you guys out and facilitate this whole process. So remember, although each step is really important, the second step here is almost the most important, because if you don't have a winning product, or you have a product that's way too competitive, that doesn't have enough sales, or your competitors have hundreds if not thousands of reviews, it's going to be really hard for you guys to go and get a high sales rank for that product and be consistently on the first page. Definitely don't skimp out on this second step. It's going to be extremely important and have an impact long term on your business and on the success of those products. So one of the main mistakes that I see here a lot is really going into something that either really does not have enough sales or that is just way too competitive. So a lot of people in my group have actually run their products through me and wanting my opinion, and what I've seen time and time again is really products that either don't have enough sales consistently throughout the first page, or on the flip side, that is just extremely competitive and it would be hard for you to go and make your place in that first page for that specific product keyword. Alright, now the third step in the overall business model for Amazon FBA is going to be sourcing your products from the actual manufacturer, which could be a local manufacturer, but more than likely it's going to be an international manufacturer in China, for example, through a website either like Alibaba or DHgate. So if you're not familiar with these websites, they're websites where you can go on to their platform and you search a product. So for example, pens. Alright, so you search pens and then you're gonna have a variety of different options that you can choose from, and basically what this is you're getting wholesale prices for a bulk order of this specific product. So this is critical for the whole Amazon FBA business model, because basically you're going to be acquiring a product for a specific price, for example $5 for this pen, and then on Amazon you sell it for $20. Now these are just extremely ballpark numbers, and obviously you're not going to sell a pen for $20, but this is the general idea of it. Alright, so one way that you can definitely get the best prices, however, on Alibaba and DHgate, because these manufacturers, they often know that you're going to be selling your product on Amazon FBA, and especially if you're not a seasoned seller and you're not sure how to negotiate properly, they're going to try to really boost up the prices for you, and you might end up getting a lower profit margin in the long run. So one way that you can go about verifying if these prices that you find for your specific product that you found in step 2 are really good prices is by going on 1688, which is a Chinese website where manufacturers on Alibaba can actually source their own products and then sell them back to you. So on 1688, the same products are often a lot cheaper, and you can therefore go and negotiate with on Alibaba, which is a lot more specifically for dealing with North American customers or European customers like us who sell on Amazon, for example. So let's say the pen, you find it for $5 on Alibaba and you find it for $2 on 1688. Well, you can use this as leverage to negotiate for better prices on Alibaba and DHgate. So once again, I'm really just giving you guys a brief description of the whole step, which is sourcing your products from manufacturers, but basically that's the gist of it. Alright, now the main mistake that I would say a lot of new sellers encounter with this step is really the fact that they want to limit their risk because they're not sure of, you know, how well the product's going to do on Amazon, and it might just be their first attempt at a business, so it can seem really risky and can be scary for a lot of people. Now what I'm talking about here though is not ordering enough units. Now Amazon FBA is a really cash heavy business where you're going to need to order new stock on a recurring basis. Alright, so what happens is if you order, for example, 100 or 200 units and your product ends up doing quite well, which is the main goal here, and I hope it does, you're going to run into a cash flow management issue and an inventory management issue right off the bat, and you're probably going to be out of stock for a long time. So what I would recommend is ordering at least 500 units here and really going all in with the next steps here to have the best listing possible in order to make sure that your inventory flows well and sells well over a nice period of time, so that you have time to reorder stock and just have a smooth listing from the get-go. Alright, so the fourth step in the Amazon FBA business model is going to be preparing your product to launch on Amazon before your product actually gets to Amazon from your manufacturer. Alright, so what I'm talking here is really getting your listing optimized. So what I'm talking here is having really high quality photos, really good bullet points that are keyword rich and optimized, having good descriptions, and even going and getting initial reviews from the get-go. Alright, so this is extremely important for the success of your product, because as you all know, as customers who have shopped on Amazon before, when you're going through the hundreds of different products that are available, unlike going into a store where you can actually physically see the product, customers are basing their decisions on really the quality of the photos, number one, and then also the bullets. Alright, so I cannot stress enough how important your listing is here, because it's basically showing your customer why they should purchase your product over another product. Okay, so not only is this going to be really important for that aspect, but it's also going to be important for the aspect of actually ranking on Amazon, right? So I've made a video recently about how to effectively rank your product to the first page on Amazon for your specific product keyword, and so there's a link to that. But basically this step is going to be critical for short-term and long-term success of your specific product. Alright, and also this is a way that you can go about differentiating as well, right? So a lot of people don't spend enough time on this step. Okay, they might have the best product possible, but if their listing isn't optimized and doesn't have really nice photos, they're not going to be able to differentiate well enough, and customers are going to choose competing products. Okay, and what I mean by graphic design can be for your packaging, but also for your photos. So there's an example right here of what cool graphic design can look like for your photos in order to differentiate and stand out from your competitors. So once you've completed the 4 first steps, you have a really good product, your listing is optimized, it has great photos, it has great bullet points, good keywords throughout the listing, you're now ready for actually launching your product on the Amazon platform and making some sales, which is by far the most exciting part of having your own Amazon FBA business. So what is really important for sales and for ranking on Amazon is going to be the sales velocity of your product from the get-go. Okay, so what I mean here is if you're selling, for example, pens, and you search in pens in the Amazon search bar, if the top listings are selling 5,000 units per month, Amazon needs to see that your product is able to compete with those products at 5,000 units sold per month in order to rank you. Now, there's a lot of different factors that come into play for ranking products, but that is essentially going to be the most important part, right? So sales velocity as opposed to your competitors for a specific product keyword. So ways that you can go about doing this is from the get-go getting friends, family, acquaintances, tons of people that you know to buy your product, and that's going to show Amazon that your product is actually being bought and that has potential to make profits for Amazon, basically, because that at the end of the day is what's most important to Amazon as a company itself. Okay, and I've also outlined some other ways that you can go about getting your sales velocity up. So for example, PPC, which is pay-per-click advertising in the Amazon platform. Other things that you can do are coupons. I've made another really good video about coupons. Again, friends and family, an email list that you can build through Facebook ads and stuff like that, which really ties into the whole building a brand. So when you build a brand, you're going to want to have other social media platforms for that actual specific brand and those products. So you can build an email list by basically running ads on Facebook and stuff like that and collecting people's emails. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about that, but it's just an idea. Or you can use an actual product launch service such as Viral Launch, where basically they take care of doing a mass amount of giveaways on their platform and on users who use their platform, and that will allow you to build up your sales velocity in your specific product keyword or product niche in order to go and compete with the top selling products. Now, by far the mistake that I see the most often with a lot of people in my group or people who have just DM'd me asking me for their opinion in the fifth step here, which is product launch, is trying to do all these specific product launch techniques without actually going and getting a significant amount of reviews from the get-go. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go get 50 reviews before doing this, but you're gonna want to get at least 5 reviews, I would say, that are verified reviews, because Amazon's really cracking down now on non-verified reviews. In a lot of my products, for example, my competitors, they will go and get 20 unverified reviews in one day, and literally the next day they're just wiped once again. So try and get at least 5 reviews from friends and family or whatnot before going and spending excessive amounts of money on PPC, coupons, Viral Launch, or etc. Alright, now the sixth and last step is going to be repeating steps 1 through 5 in order to scale your business to a really substantial business where that's giving you hefty month per month profits, which is really the end goal here. Alright, and I want to stress this, that it is extremely doable. Okay, in a matter of a couple months, if you apply steps 1 through 5 correctly and you have a good amount of initial capital here. All right, if you do proper product research and you really spend time optimizing your listings, finding the best products, the best manufacturers, and really treating this as a business, you will definitely be able to build your own Amazon FBA business that is profitable and really successful in the long run. All right, I've seen a lot of people in the Amazon FBA community starting from literally a $3,000 investment and building it up to easily 10K in revenue a month. All right, so I hope you guys like this video, and I hope that you guys found and that the steps that I outlined in this video were really valuable. So these are the steps that I have followed myself in order to build my own Amazon FBA business, and they're also the steps that I've seen a lot of really successful sellers implement themselves in order to build their own successful Amazon business. All right, so once again, if you want to join my Amazon FBA group, it is free. There's a link in the description, and please just subscribe to the channel if you found that this was valuable. I drop content on a weekly basis, often 2-3 times a week, mostly about Amazon FBA, but also about other e-commerce business things and things that I find interesting in the business space. And also, I'm approaching 10,000 subscribers on the channel. I cannot thank you guys enough, and I'm going to be giving away a 30-minute call where we can talk about Amazon FBA or literally anything that you want to talk about. All you have to do to enter that is comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. So once again, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.